Hello everyone, I am Sakshi Dhanokar. Today we will discuss about the e-commerce. So what is e-commerce? E-commerce is also called as a electronic commerce. So electronic commerce or e-commerce is a buying and the selling of a good. It is a process in which we buy or sell the goods and services over the internet or with the help of internet. In e-commerce can be conducted on a computers, tablets, smartphone and other smart devices. Nearly every imaginable product and the service is now available through the e-commerce. So and it is unended how many companies and entire industries do the businesses with the help of e-commerce. So now you imagine guys, the e-commerce is a very important thing in our life. So there are some key roles of a e-commerce in our life. So first key role in a e-commerce in our life, that is with the help of e-commerce we buy and the selling of a good and the services over the internet. Second one is with the help of e-commerce we conducted over the computers, tablets, smartphone and other smart devices. Use of these devices we get transactions or electronic transaction. Almost anything can be purchased through the e-commerce today. So and it has a lower the barrier to entry for many types of businesses such as a retailer. So retailers and companies are mostly use the e-commerce in our today lives. E-commerce can be substitute for a brick and mortar store. Thought some businesses choose to maintain both. So e-commerce operate in a several market segments including businesses to businesses, businesses to consumer, consumer to consumer and the consumer to business. With the help of e-commerce, consumer connected with businesses or consumer connected with other consumer, businesses connected with businesses, etc. So the e-commerce act in a both way. Especially e-commerce help the companies with especially which is narrow reach, like a small local businesses, gain the access to the wider market by providing a cheaper and the more efficient sales and distribution channel for their product or the services. Second one is while some businesses exist entirely online, others straddle the real and the virtual world. So e-commerce help that does businesses. At the other end of the scale spectrum, individuals, sellers increasingly engage in a e-commerce transaction via their own personal websites and some digital marketplaces like eBay and Etsy serve as exchanges where multitudes of buyers and sellers can come together or combine together and do businesses with the help of e-commerce. You know guys, e-commerce when existed or what they cause e-commerce actually goes back to the 1960s when the companies use an electronic system called the electronic data in charges to facilitate the transfer of information or document. It wasn't until 1994 that the very first transaction took place. So this involved the sale of a CD between the friend thoughts on online retail website called as a net market. So the industry has evolved rapidly since then, with companies like Alibaba and the Amazon becoming a household name around the world. So the introduction of free shopping, which at least one of the surface reduce the cost of consumer, has also helped increase in popularity of e-commerce industry. Now we see the advantages and the disadvantages of e-commerce. E-commerce offer a buyer and the seller a number of advantages. First one is a convenience, increase the selection, potentially lower startup, then international scale, opportunity to collect the valuable data, These are all the advantages of e-commerce. So in case of convenience, e-commerce can happen a 24-hour day of service, 7 day a week, and the consumer can buy at their convenience, and the businesses owner can make a sell while they sleep. Increase the selection. Many store offer a wider array of a product online than they could ever carry. Potentially lower startup cost. E-commerce companies may require warehouses or manufacturing site for their businesses, but they are usually don't need a physical storefront. The cost to operate digitally is often less expensive than needing to pay a rent. So insurance, building, then digitally is often less expensive than others, so maintain and properly taxes. In international scale, e-commerce store can find a way to ship its product to its customer. It can sell to anyone in the world and isn't limited by physical geography. In case of opportunity to collect the valuable data, willingly or unwillingly, consumers share a lots of information on their interest and the shopping habits when they buy or even just browse the online. So sites owner can monetize this data in a number of ways, and using it themselves and selling it to other. Now we see the disadvantages of e-commerce. There are also some drawbacks that come with e-commerce. First one is a limited customer service. A limit. If you shop online for a computer, you cannot simply ask an employee to demonstrate a particular model features in a person. And although some website let you chat online with a staff member, that is not a typical practice. A disadvantages for a shopper. This can also be a money saver for retailers, etc. Second one, disadvantages of e-commerce is a lack of instant gratifications. Third one is inability to touch product, independence on technology, greater competitions. These are all the disadvantages of e-commerce. There are certain pros and cons of e-commerce. So we see the pros of e-commerce. First one is convenient for a consumer, often with a greater selection. Then potentially low startup cost for operators. Third one is a burden reach of businesses to anywhere, or they can ship their products. Fourth one is a opportunity to collect the valuable consumer data. These are the pros of e-commerce. Now we see the cons of e-commerce. Cons are called as a disadvantages. So the limited consumer services or assistance. This is the first con of e-commerce. Product can't be touched. Buyer must wait to receive the purchases. Technological glitches can shut down the businesses. Low cost barrier to entry can also mean more competitors. So this all about the e-commerce. Thank you.